Hello there. I'm the snow leopard, today's national symbol of Afghanistan. My home is the mighty mountains of the Hindu Kush and Badakhshan, where snow and rocks have always been my companions. I stand as a symbol of the strength, resilience, and spirit of the people of this land. Thank you for staying with us until the end of this video. Now let's move on to the introduction of my country.
Afghanistan is a mountainous country in Central Asia. It covers more than 650,000 square kilometers. Afghanistan is home to nearly 40 million people, from Tajiks, Hazaras, and Pashtuns to Uzbeks and Turkmens, creates the country's layered identity. Throughout history, this land was part of ancient Persia and Greater Khorasan, sharing many cultural elements with modern Iran. But in 1747, after the death of Nader Shah Afshar, Ahmad Khan Sadozai rose to power in Kandahar with the support of Pashtun tribal leaders. That moment marked Afghanistan's informal separation from Iran. The official languages of Afghanistan are Dari Persian and Pashto. Dari is the Old Khorasani Persian, the language of poets like Rumi, Sanai, and Rabia Balkhi. Kabul, the capital, is a bustling city full of contrasts between tradition and modernity. Herat, with its thousands of years of history, has been a major center of Persian poetry and art. Balkh, birthplace of Rumi, holds a special place in the shared history of Iran and Afghanistan. Mazar-i-Sharif, with its shrine attributed to Imam Ali. Jalalabad, with its lush gardens. And Kandahar, with its historic and political legacy, all reflect different colors of Afghanistan's identity. Let's step into Afghanistan's history. A look back in time. From 550 to 330 BCE, this land was part of the Achaemenid Empire, with Balkh and Herat as its eastern provinces. From 224 to 651 CE, the Sassanids ruled here, while Balkh and Bamiyan thrived. In 330 BCE, Alexander the Great entered Afghanistan, stopping in Balkh and Bamiyan. Centuries later, between the 1st and 3rd centuries CE, the Kushan Empire rose here, the same rulers who built the Bamiyan Buddhas. With the arrival of Islam in 651 CE, Afghanistan became part of the Islamic world. From 977 to 1186 CE, Ghazni was the capital, and Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni made Afghanistan's name echo across the Islamic world. From 1370 to 1507 CE, the Timurids ruled from Herat, turning it into one of the most brilliant centers of Islamic art and culture. In 1747, Ahmad Shah Durrani was crowned in Kandahar. He became the founder of modern Afghanistan and is remembered as the father of the nation. But the 19th century was full of turmoil. From 1839 to 1842, the First Anglo-to-Afghan War broke out. From 1878 to 1880, the Second Anglo-to-Afghan War shook the land once again. Finally, in 1919, after the Third Anglo-to-Afghan War, Afghanistan gained political independence from Britain. Between 1919 and 1929, King Amanullah Khan ruled, launching major reforms and raising the flag of independence. Later, from 1933 to 1973, King Zahir Shah reigned for over 40 years, the last king of Afghanistan. In 1973, the monarchy fell. Muhammad Daud Khan declared a republic, but just 5 years later, in 1978, a communist coup changed the country's path. In 1979, the Soviet army invaded, sparking a decade of war and destruction, until finally withdrawing in 1989. In 1992, the communist government collapsed, but civil war among the Mujahideen engulfed the country. In 1996, the Taliban seized power and ruled Kabul until 2001. In 2001, the US invasion toppled them. And in 2004, the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan was established. But this too did not last. In 2021, after the US withdrawal, the Taliban returned to power. Afghanistan's attractions. The Minaret of Jam, a 12th century brick masterpiece, 65 meters tall, listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Herat Citadel, an ancient fortress whose roots go back to Alexander the Great, rebuilt many times in history. Bande-Amir Lakes, Bamiyan, 6 turquoise lakes high in the mountains, Afghanistan's first national park. Panjshir Valley, a lush, river-filled valley, famous for the resilience of its people. Darul Aman Palace, Kabul, a European-style palace built in the 1920s, symbol of Amanullah Khan's reforms. Literature and poetry. Rabia Balkhi, the first known female poet in Persian literature, born in Balkh. Khushal Khan Khattak, a Pashtun poet symbol of pride and freedom. Khalilullah Khalili, a modern Afghan poet and writer, who expressed love of homeland and people's pain. Khalid Hosseini, an internationally acclaimed novelist, author of The Kite Runner and A Thousand Splendid Suns. Music. Afghan music blends Khorasani tunes, Pashto rhythms, and Hazara melodies. The rubab is the national instrument, a deep, soulful string instrument played for centuries. Alongside it are the dutar, tabla, dambura, and tanbur. Famous names include Muhammad Hussain Sarahang, master of Indian classical and Persian ghazals; Ahmad Zahir, the beloved Afghan; Farhad Daria, a contemporary singer and national figure; and Ustad Rahim Kushnawaz, legendary rubab player. Arts and crafts. Afghanistan is a land where arts and crafts run deep. Afghan carpets, especially from Herat Turkmen weavers in Kandahar, are world-renowned. There's also Hazara and Pashtun embroidery, pottery, traditional jewelry making, and the karakul hat, made from sheep's wool, a proud symbol of Afghan men's attire. Cuisine. Afghan food shares similarities with Iran and Central Asia, but with its own flavors and cooking style. Kabili pulao, the national dish, rice with meat, carrots and raisins, rich in aroma and taste. Mantu, steamed dumplings filled with meat and vegetables, served with yogurt and sauce. Ashak, dumplings stuffed with chives, topped with yogurt and chickpeas. Bolani, thin stuffed bread with potatoes, herbs, or pumpkin, a street food favorite. Afghan kebab, especially Kandahari kebabs, grilled over charcoal. Agriculture. Kandahar pomegranates, ruby red and world famous. Herat grapes, sweet clusters turned into prized raisins. Bamiyan almonds and walnuts, mountain treasures, popular as gifts and snacks. Northern melons, sweet and fragrant, the taste of Afghan summers. Sports. Sports have always been part of Afghan identity. Cricket is the most popular today, with the national team shining in global competitions. Rugby has also grown, symbolizing strength and teamwork. Famous athletes include Rashid Khan, a world-class cricket star. Rahula Nikpai, Afghan Taekwondo fighter, the first to win Olympic medals. 2 bronzes, Beijing 2008, London 2012. Festivals and traditions. Nowruz, shared with Iran but in Afghanistan, marked by the unique Jahenda Bala ceremony in Mazar-i-Sharif. Red Flower Festival, celebrated in Balkh and Mazar during spring blossoms. Samanak cooking. Women gather in early spring to make sweet wheat pudding, singing and celebrating the new year. Hazara Nowruz, celebrated with dambura music, traditional dances, and local foods. The Tale of the Poor Prince. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, a young prince lived in a magnificent palace. Its walls glittered with gold and silver, its gardens bloomed with fountains, and its storerooms overflowed with treasures. Yet his heart was empty. He had no friend to share secrets with, no love to warm his soul. One night, in a dream, a radiant girl appeared and said, "Happiness won't be found inside these cold palace walls. To discover love and peace, you must leave. Go among simple people, where hearts beat sincerely." The prince awoke with a clear heart. He set aside his royal clothes, dressed simply, and began his journey. He traveled days and nights, across mountains and plains, until he reached a small, quiet village. There, he met a poor man who baked bread every morning. With tired hands but a peaceful heart, the man cared for his family. The prince stayed, helped him, and slowly realized that simple life carried a sweetness the palace never had. One day, while sitting under a tree, the same girl appeared again, not in a dream, but in reality. She was the villager's daughter, her eyes shining with honesty. Love blossomed, and their hearts became one. When the prince returned to the palace, his father said, "You are no longer a prince. You gave up the throne." The prince smiled and replied, "On my journey, I found something more precious than any crown: love and happiness." And so he returned with his beloved to the simple village, living the rest of his life in peace and joy. Final message: happiness is not found in palaces or treasures. It lives in simple hearts, filled with love.
Until our next journey, where we'll be exploring the country of Albania, please take care of yourselves, protect nature, and show kindness to animals. See you soon, and may God bless you.